I am the hypermobile physicist. I have a PhD in physics and I work as an engineer, and I suffer from multiple chronic illnesses, including hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos, mast cell activation syndrome, and orthostatic hypotension, which is a type of dysautonomia similar to postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, or POTS. Several years ago, while recovering from knee surgery, I started a blog to document my experiences with my recent diagnoses and to try to translate a world of confusing information and distill it into useful resources for others. So I have written about a lot of my different experiences, including my recoveries from a few different surgeries, including one I'm recovering from now, to my thumb, wrist, elbow, and arm. And I've done my best to compile useful resources and try to both be honest and helpful wherever I can. I have kept myself anonymous on the site for many years because I was afraid of how it might impact my career, but I've decided I don't care. The nice thing about getting older and a bit more mature and settled in myself is that I feel more confident in overcoming challenges, right? If you have a chronic illness, you know that you have suffered and you have overcome every day. And over time, that builds a pretty special type of resilience. And I am so proud of all of you for doing that and for fighting on and for seeking out videos like this one, right? If you found this, you're probably looking for some new information, or maybe you're newly diagnosed and overwhelmed. Maybe you suspect you might have one of these conditions, but you're not sure. All of these are valid, and I've been through all of them, and I would love to help. I'm not a medical professional, but my physics background allows me to distill and translate technical information and try to distill it down and parse through what are good, reliable sources, what aren't good, reliable sources, and as well as try to understand and explain some of the physical, biological models of how many of these conditions are connected to each other. There's a wide constellation of disorders related to hypermobility syndromes. Even hypermobile EDS itself and hypermobility spectrum disorder are probably not really one conditions, either of them, which is likely why it's been so challenging to identify a single genetic factor for them. There has been some recent success identifying some gene clusters, but they still only account for about a fraction, right, of the population they tested with hypermobility syndrome, which suggests that it is more than one condition. And then on top of that, it's associated with almost, exponentially growing other conditions, it seems like. For me, some of the other ones I have are asthma, sleep apnea, periodically movement disorder, and there's probably more that I'm forgetting. Oh, anxiety, of course. Unfortunately, that's associated with pretty much all of these conditions. There are physiological reasons for that I could get into. So if you've ever been worried that if somebody told you that your symptoms are just from anxiety, or if you feared that you have anxiety because you're somehow weak or not able to handle your conditions, that's not the case. And there are definitely myths that I would like to help dispel. And there are already a ton of great information and creators out there from experts in various aspects of these conditions. I'm not an expert. I'm just a person in a body that has really shitty collagen. And I am just here to share my experiences. I'm not someone to aspire to. I don't have everything figured out, but I am doing my best, and I want to help others who are struggling with the same things I'm struggling with, right? Trying to balance a strenuous career and with multiple types of physical therapy, doctor's appointments, various specialists, trying to do exercises at home, trying to figure out how to do cardio, trying to figure out how to have fun, especially when there's activities that I love that I can't do anymore because of pain, as well as try to maintain relationships with people, right? With my husband, with my family, with my friends. And if I think about it too much, or if I keep talking about it, I'm going to start sobbing. And that'll make it difficult to understand me. So I'm going to shift gears and just say, hi, I'm here and I see you. And I would love to connect. Please like and subscribe. I have links below in the video where you can also subscribe to my blog, check out things I've written, and let me know what you would like to hear more about. Take care, and I wish you a low pain, high energy, high spoons day.